Good morning. It is, as we are doing this, 9 a.m. on the 24th of June, 2022, Pacific Standard Time. My name is Don. This is the Radio Don Network. I welcome you into the podcast, whether you're listening to us live or if you're listening to us recorded. We are currently on YouTube at Radio Don One, um, Twitter at POLYBI, the number two, and on Twitch, Radio Don One. Um, as soon as this is over, we are going to also transfer this to podcast. You'll be able to hear that wherever you get your podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, and other places where you will get your podcast. Also, if there's any additional information that I may have missed, you'll probably see that in the show notes here on Radio Don One on YouTube. And by now, you know, if you can take a look at your screen, Roe versus Wade has been overturned. It is a sad day for America, whether the people who um, want to believe that it is a great day for America want to believe that or not. There is some sort of light at the end of this tunnel, and we will get to that as we go along. Light number one is that Chief Justice Roberts did not vote in the majority. He tried to do basically his usual split the baby thing. And that's how we wound up getting Obamacare and gay marriage. But apparently, the ideologues that are on the court right now would not have anything to do with that. So here we are. First off, has abortion become illegal? In 19 states, they have trigger laws that make it illegal right now. I guess they did this early in the morning to stop things from happening at 9 a.m. in the morning wherever they are. But in other states that are not in that 19 state list, abortions are legal. You would have to check the actual legality in the state that you are in. I'm here in California where abortion is going to remain legal for some time, among a whole lot of other things that will remain legal, like, being transgender and things like that. This reminds me so much of 1965 because I lived through that as a African American man. The same type of bigotry and ignorance that was going on back then is going on today. Now, there'll be people who say, well, what about the morning after pill, the Plan B medication? Plan B is not a 100% guarantee, excuse me, and it is not an abortion pill. It is something that you take after sex to prevent a pregnancy, to prevent fertilization. That is my understanding of it. I'm sure that some people, if I get that wrong, will loudly and proudly tell me that I'm wrong. By the way, if you are watching this live, I would I would welcome any comments that you may have. You can speak with us live directly in the live chat, or if you're listening to this after this podcast, you can leave your comments in the comment section of wherever you are watching or listening to this. All I ask is that you be as considerate as possible. So, what happens now? If you live in a state where abortion is legal, nothing yet, but you still have to fight because the same forces that got this overturned, their next stop is to make abortion illegal across the country. There are some states, like here in California, that will fight tooth and nail to keep that from happening. And there are some states where I guess the cult of misinterpreted Christianity, you might say, will try to make that happen. And those people who want to preserve that right, you need to fight harder than ever. It now goes to the states. And if your state recognizes the right of a woman to have an abortion, the right of a woman to have some control over her body, at 9:07 this morning, Southern California time, you're fine. Contact your doctor, contact your medical person, contact Planned Parenthood, and find out where their status is right now. Since this is now a state issue, that means that every election in every state is now very important. And as we are finding out here in California, those of us who are, let's just say, driving on the left side of the road, can make a difference simply by not just turning out, but when you have the opportunity to vote by mail or vote early, you do so. Here in Los Angeles, we had a situation in which a person who I would call Trump extra light, zero sugar, one Rick Caruso, they were pretty much saying that he is going to wind up being the next mayor because, well, he's been saying all sorts of things. He's against abortion. He wants the homeless population to simply just vanish for some reason. He is a former Republican, but I don't think he quit because of 45. I think he quit just to sort of like get under the radar. You know, if I'm a Democrat, people will vote for me if I'm whatever. Well, people in Los Angeles are not that dumb. 1 second, please. If you heard a motor going, that was the air conditioner here in the Radio Don studios. And going back to Caruso, the votes seem to be skewing right. However, as the mail-in votes, early votes started trickling in, finds out that those on the left really had sway. And now a Democrat, a true A progressive Democrat is now 6 points ahead of Caruso going into the main election in November. What I'm trying to tell you is you have an opportunity to not only preserve women's reproductive rights where they are protected right now, but to possibly sway things in states where it is not legal right now. In those 19 states where abortion is now illegal because they had trigger laws that said that if Roe was overturned, it's illegal. It's now in the state's hands, which means that it could change if those states, well, I hate to say the terminology, but turn blue. And it is possible. It is possible, even in states that are traditionally redder than Amity's face when Luz kisses her on the Owl House. That's red. You need to register to vote today. Do not delay on this. Wherever you are, you need to register today. We will have information in the show comments on how you can do that. You need to register today. You need to know when voting will happen, how to register to vote early. If you cannot register early, you need to be able to show up. You need to be able to have enough water and food with you just in case you're in a line that's long. And you need to have it for yourself. You know, bring your water backpack or whatever it is. And we need to be strategic in our voting. There's no more, I'm not going to vote. You know, two wrongs don't make a right. I got news for you. Right now, if one person says, I support a woman's right to choose, I support a transgender teenager's right to exist, that's the one you vote for. We'll worry about all the other hubris later on. We need to start voting strategically. But I do see light at the end of the tunnel on this. Again, maybe it is because I live in Southern California. Maybe I do live in a state that's bluer than the ocean used to be, or as blue as the screen that you're looking at if you're watching us on TV or on a video. But you cannot give up yet. They have not won totally. They may have won in 19 states. But that means that there are 31 states that still right now, at this moment, are protecting your right. You need to make sure they continue to do that. You need to make sure that their legislators know that if you overturn that, you have just signed your pink slip. And by the way, this is opinion. I'm not spreading news or anything like that. This is my channel. I can say whatever I want. But we need to get tough. We need to get strategic. And we need to say that a woman's right to choose is sacred, no matter what the Supreme Court in its current setup says. Which also makes it very interesting in terms of one particular justice. Clarence Thomas actually voted to overturn, but Clarence Thomas is in a heap of trouble right now, thanks to his ever loving spouse. And if Virginia Thomas, I will not call her Ginny, if Virginia Thomas was instrumental in the attempted coup attempt on the 6th of January 2021, the question is, how much did hubby know? I got news for you. There's a pretty good chance he did. And if he does, and he didn't do anything about it, then there's a possibility that Clarence Thomas could be impeached and thrown off, which opens up one seat, which means that this thing could be brought back again with a different person in that Supreme Court seat, someone who is probably to the right of Clarence Thomas, and things could change drastically. It could be a very different 5-4 vote. And of course, there's expanding the Supreme Court. I still don't know where that stands. And I know right now a lot of you people are basically in thrall of these 1-6 hearings. But understand one thing. Roe has been overturned. The coup has happened. The coup was successful. What you saw on 1/6/21 was nothing more than a visual to get you to think, oh, they're trying to overthrow the government. The government has been overthrown. Ask any woman this morning. Ask any parent with a trans kid. Ask any black person. Ask anyone who is paying attention. And by the way, I do not use the word woke. I use the term paying attention. It's different. So as I close here, and obviously I'm not doing this with a script. I'm just basically blowing off steam. As I close here, you need to start being aware, because if Roe gets overturned, there are other things that could be overturned. There are people who are already, I mean, if you've taken a good look at the Texas State GOP platform, their goal, the people who have infiltrated, taken over, and are destroying the formerly grand old party, their goals are very simple. To turn everything back to 1947. Everybody has a place, and there's a place for everyone. Especially if you are not white, not male. Yeah, I'm upset, but I'm also hopeful. I'm hopeful that you will do something about it legally at the ballot box by writing your congresspersons, by by overrunning talk radio to try to get on some of these conservative radio stations. If you are a progressive with money, start buying a few radio stations. We need to start being aware of our surroundings. Being simply, quote, woke is not enough. Ever wake up in the morning? You're not really 100% there. But once you get aware of your surroundings, then you start to see things. That's all I'm asking you. If you are watching this, if you're listening to this, that's all I'm asking. Be aware. This is the tip of a really deep iceberg. And the ship is sailing right into it. One other thing I just need to let you know about, and that is if you're watching this on video live, or if you're watching this on the replay, you will notice there is a little website, radiodon.net. That's where we've got everything now. This video, once it retools and all that, it's going to be there. It's all of our podcasts are going, audio podcasts are on that website. All the ways you can support us, because we don't get any sponsorships, obviously. 1,500 subscribers to the YouTube channel. That's not going to get any advertisers flocking to this channel. Not to mention the fact that I'm uglier than hell. But if you believe in what I'm trying to do, even a little bit, $1 or $2, $5, it all adds up. It helps this, podcast get better and look better. So visit radiodon.net. All of our socials are on there. And we'll be back soon with another one. Thank you very much. Take care. God bless you. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.